What is up, guys? Welcome back to a new video, and this one is gonna be Travis Scott Road to Utopia number 13. Obviously you guys have been a great recently. You guys have been subscribing, liking, commenting, doing all the good stuff, and I just want to say thank you. Before we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers, I just want to thank you to every one of you guys that liked and did all that for all these videos. It was a special ride. 1K, we're about to hit it soon, so let's go straight into it. So in this one, we're gonna be talking about Kid Cudi. We're going to be talking about Abu Dhabi. We're going to be talking about Utopia possibly being the last album with Epic Records in Travis Scott's discography. And we're also going to be talking about someone that recently had an interview with Verity. First thing we're going to talk about is Kid Cudi. I think he announced the single to come out in June, so we don't know when the new album is going to be coming out. The reason why I'm talking about Kid Cudi is because a few days ago we had a snippet that came out, and it was apparently a 4-minute song. That's what leakers apparently said. We didn't get the full song. I won't be playing the full song. I'll probably play a little bit of the snippet. This came out, obviously everybody knows that Travis and Cudi have some music together. Cudi did confirm that he's gonna be on Utopia. He said that he has some work, or he has done some stuff with Travis on his album a few months ago. And obviously everybody knows that Travis played the snippet Out of My Mind again at the Zouk Night Fest back in October, and the first time he played it was on the Instagram Live right after the whole Fortnite event went down. We are expecting at least 2 of these songs, so the snippet and this one, to come out, unless the snippet was a throwaway, which I don't know if it's gonna be a throwaway. What are you guys' thoughts on that snippet? Would you guys want it? Do you guys don't want it? God's Country is the next topic that we're gonna be discussing on this video. The Flame, obviously he played God's Country back at the O2. That's where he first premiered it. The Kanye West fans pretty much already know that this track was in the making way before that. It got premiered. Well, it didn't really get premiered. It was kind of played by accident on the Yeezy TV during the whole Jesus is King era. So this was like back 2019. So we knew this song was in the making, but we didn't know Travis even had it in the first place. And then he played it at the O2. Everybody got excited. Kanye was not on the version that he played at the O2, so we might not get a Kanye feature, or we might get a Kanye feature. We don't know. Travis always does some last minute changes. He was supposed to play at his performance at Rolling Loud, and he was supposed to apparently have backup dancers. I discussed all of this on the last video I posted earlier this week, so you can go check that out. But we pretty much talked about how he was supposed to have all those dancers and a whole big performance, but he came late and he didn't make it on time. Also, we also know that the video is already shot for the song, so this kind of pushed my theory to think that maybe God's Country might be the first single we get. We don't know. Maybe God's Country could come out literally next month, this month, because we do know Travis doesn't really drop his singles and then drops the album the week after. He's not that type of artist, because you know Butterfly Effect came out way before Astroworld came out, and it didn't drop like the week before Astroworld came out. So it doesn't, he could drop God's Country honestly next week, he could drop it next month, he could drop it whenever before June. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is Travis Scott apparently has some buyers for his whole label and him as an artist already, because we did talk about last Utopia update that Sylvia Rhone, the CEO of Epic Records, did have an interview, and she did say that Utopia is coming out in June. But the one thing she didn't really add was that this is going to be Travis Scott's last album with Epic Records. It's going to be the last one that he has in his deal, and it's going to be very, I'm not going to say it's going to be sad. I'm not going to really miss it. I mean, I don't really give a damn. I'm not necessarily sad, but the person that is definitely not sad about it is Larry Jackson, the former Apple Music CEO, who is now the owner of Gamma, a new label that he opened. And he had an interview with Verity, and he pretty much sat down and said that they basically said he's putting his sights on Travis Scott as his next person he wants to sign. And honestly, that's very interesting, because I've always thought Travis, after Epic, he would probably settle down and try to make Cactus Jack its own independent label, but I don't think that's gonna happen. It's kind of weird how all that stuff works with the publishing, the distribution, obviously all those other things. So I don't know how all that shit exactly works, but I don't know. Hopefully he tries to get Cactus Jack its own independent label and he signs to himself. That would be amazing. He has enough money for that. Maybe he signs to Gamma. I don't know. Hopefully they have enough money for that. But I just want to ask you guys a question. How much do you think Gamma is gonna have to pay Travis Scott to sign to their label? I think it's gonna be a massive bag. Definitely definitely over 100 million easily. Now the last thing we're going to talk about is Central Cee and Travis Scott. Now everybody, obviously we saw that Central Cee was brought up by Travis Scott at his Wireless Abu Dhabi festival that he was headlining last weekend. And the thing about it is that's interesting to me is because Travis doesn't really bring out a lot of artists at his concerts, especially artists that he's never worked with. That's one thing. So a lot of people are thinking we might get a Doja Cat remix, or Central Cee might be on Utopia, or Travis might sign Central Cee. So I don't know, those are all speculations. Right now all we know is that they like partying together. We did see them back in September at the club and partying together. So that's all we know so far. But would you guys want to hear Central Cee on Utopia? That would be kind of crazy, unless Travis has a drill track, or he has a, honestly, could you guys imagine Heartbeat and then it switches up with the beat switch to drill and all you hear is Central Cee? That would be insane. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is basically the current track list we have for Utopia, and obviously we have Heartbeat, God's Country, Lost Forever, and Cinderella. I'm gonna put in a question mark because that could be 3 different people's song. That could be Travis's song, Future's song, Metro's song. Any one of them could take it. Honestly, I don't even know. But also Knife could be up there as well, because I don't know, it might not be on Utopia. It did kind of leak, so we might not, but I don't know, it's technically not officially out. And Out of My Mind with Kid Cudi and Trav, obviously we talked about that one as well. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's been Daniel, and peace.